Welcome back to a special edition of STM TV. Today we are joined by Education Minister Joe Palmer. What is it like being in government?
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me on this very special edition. It's really exciting being in government. I love it. My job is to represent the people who voted for me to be in the government. And, you know, I have to say sometimes it's a pretty tough job, a hard job. You have to make big decisions, and you know that those decisions are going to impact families right across Tasmania. So sometimes I don't sleep very well when I've got those really big decisions to make, but it's a real honour for me to be in this position.
What is the most challenging thing about looking after all of Tasmania's schools?
I think the thing that's the hardest is that I care so much about each and every one of you, and I really care about your brothers and your sisters and your families. So sometimes I go home at the end of the day and I can't stop thinking about the people that I've met and hoping that they'll be okay, and knowing that I've got to make decisions that will help them to be the very best person that they can be. And sometimes I worry about that a lot.
If you had a magic wand, what would you change in Tasmania's schools?
Well, I'm going to answer this question as a mum rather than the Minister for Education, because one of my boys comes home from school quite a bit, and I say, "How was school?" and he just grunts at me. And I say, "Did you have a great day?" and he says, "No, wish it was school holidays. I don't like going to school." So if I had a magic wand, I wish that I could wave it over every child in Tasmania so that they would fall in love with learning. Because I think that every day when you come to school and you're learning something, I want you to feel so happy about that and really joyous and think, what am I going to learn today? I can't wait to get to school. Yes, I'll see my friends and my teachers, but what am I going to learn? Because, you know, not every child in every country in the world actually can safely go to school and learn. It's a real privilege that we have here in Tasmania and in Australia. So I wish I could wave a wand and every child would just fall in love with learning.
What has changed the most in schools since you were a student?
Well, let me think about that. The toilet blocks have changed a lot since I was at school. They were pretty old and daggy and cold and usually right down the back of the school. So you guys have beautiful amenities, and you've now got kitchens in your schools as well. I don't remember us ever having a sink or a kitchen or a stove or anything like that when I was at school. So I reckon they're probably the biggest changes is actually just the buildings and the lovely special things that you have now, like you can do ability to do cooking and all of those types of things. So that's probably the biggest change, because I am very old.
What does a good education look like? What do you want for students like us?
I want children in Tasmania to go to school, and no matter what they're good at, they will feel that they have a special place and that they belong. So that's what I want for all of you, for all the students in your school that I've met today, that you feel that you belong here in your school, but also that you belong in our community and you feel that you're really valued. Because today I might be the Minister for Education, but in 20 years' time it might be one of you, and it might be up to you to make decisions for the children of Tasmania. So I want you to have the best experience you can at school, and whether you're good at sport or you're good at English or science or you're the kindest person, you're the best person at being respectful, I just want you to feel that you belong and that you know how much we value you and how much we need you to be those amazing young people in our state.
What is one piece of advice you would give to students like us?
Just be kind. We just stood in front of that mural down there, didn't we? Because I think if we can live in a society where every decision that we make is actually just fundamentally based in kindness, I don't think you can go wrong. And sometimes that's even hard decisions. sometimes to be really kind, you actually have to make really tough decisions because you know it's the right thing to do, even if the people around you might not feel that it's the right thing to do. So being kind doesn't always mean giving everybody what they want. But I think if every decision you make and every word that you say, whether it's to teachers or the person at the shops or your parents or younger children at the school, just think, is what I'm saying, is what I'm doing kind? And if it is, then I don't think you can go too far wrong.
Thank you for joining us on this special edition of STM TV.